if you read the title, it's talking about RWBY. Now, the only reason I thought about watching this show, I've heard of it, I thought about watching it, was because I peeped these skins that came out and the badass soundtrack that they had. They got Blake here, right here, and they got RWBY. They got a RWBY skin for Thanatos, aka I call him Danny. Right here, they got a Ruby Rose skin. And after I saw these skins and they had this dope ass soundtrack, I was like, this soundtrack sound kind of hard. I might have to get these skins. But I was like, let me not get the skins if I haven't watched the show. That was like months ago. They got one for Yang too. And I was like, let me not get it if I haven't watched the show. So I didn't watch the show. And because I wasn't just gonna watch the show just because I wanted these skins. But a few months later, I took the time to actually watch it, and that's why we're here today to give you my review on Volume 1 of RWBY. I just finished Volume 2, but we're gonna put this in segments, and I'm gonna give y'all my thoughts on Volume 1 and Volume 2. So let's get straight to it. Alright, so with my first review of Volume 1 of RWBY, I'm gonna give you guys my first thoughts going into it. Honestly, I didn't know what to expect. I kept my expectations low because that's what I usually do when I watch stuff. But the animation, I was kind of on the edge about the animation. I was like, I'm not too sure about it. But other than that, as I went through it, it got better. Like you kind of just get used to the animation. But it was pretty good to me. I enjoyed it. It's not like, you don't have to take it too deep, like you gotta find the meaning of life when you watch this, but it's pretty good. I was actually surprised watching this. Now for our characters, our main character is Ruby Rose, and there's other main characters, like, so they have two teams. There's Team RWBY and then there's Team Juniper, I think that's how you say it. But the story mainly focuses on the two teams, and they're both friends. So the main team is Team RWBY, and it's not spelled like Ruby, it's RWBY, like how it's in the title. But yeah, and that consists of her sister Blake, and I forgot how to pronounce her name, but like, I think it's like Weiss or something like that. And the other team, John, Pyrrha, I always thought he was saying Hera, but it's like Pyrrha, and Nor, I think, and the other dude, I forgot his name. Comment down below, but I forgot his name for the moment. But yeah, so basically it revolves around how they get better at just learning combat and fighting monsters and stuff like that, and eventually becoming like huntresses and huntsmen and huntresses, or whatever it's called. And that's cool, but it's obviously they're in training, but like, since they're the main characters, they get into situations that they're not really supposed to be in, so they get a lot more experience than they're supposed to. And yeah, so for Volume 1, it's a good start. And at first I was kind of iffy on the animation still, because like, when they were showing characters, they showed just the main characters, and then you'd see other people in the background, and they're like shadows, if you like, because mainly they weren't really important. And I was like, oh, okay, that makes sense. So everyone else at the start, it just showed RWBY, her sister, and then other people that were main characters. So they'll show the shadows, and then later on, there would be some people without shadows, and then I'll tell you that person is going to be important and stuff like that. So I thought that was actually kind of cool, because like, it was like, we're not wasting your time with who, like, you're gonna know who's gonna be important and who really kind of plays a role. And I'm pretty sure it's not that deep, but I just thought that was cool, because they didn't waste their time trying to animate some random person to be in the background. They just put somebody with a shadow right there. So yeah, that was cool with that. Animation, I give it if I could rate the animation, at the start I gave it like a 6 out of 10, but now I give it a 8 out of 10, just because it's cool, it's just chill. What else can I say about Volume 1? The story of them building up the teamwork between the teams, and stuff like that is pretty cool. All the squads, I gotta say my favorite characters. Okay, I feel like my favorite character in Volume 1 was John. That dude's cool as fuck. You know, he's not really main character. He got them side character mentalities going on, but he's a good character because he's a good side of the I don't know what I'm doing type shit, and he's very real about shit. When it comes down, like when it gets to a serious part in the show, he'll actually, like, you know, he's gonna try to hold down city even though he's not that strong. But he's a real ass goon, and I say that's my favorite character because he was actually pretty funny. He's a part of the comedic relief of it too, I think. But that's my favorite character. Pyrrha, she's my other favorite character. RWBY, she's cool too. Like RWBY, Yang, they're cool too. All of them, they're cool. But I just mean out of everybody, I'm gonna say they're my favorites for now in Volume 1. Alright, so this is post editing. I actually forgot all about this character, but Sun. Now if you do watch this, Sun is a fucking badass, bro. He's basically, and I notice something whenever they name a character sometimes, well, like the character's name will be based off of somebody. Like Sun, he's based off of Son Goku. Basically, he has a pole. He can do some slick shit, and I saw him do like, there was this fight scene, and I was like, oh, okay, I'm gonna have to fuck with this because this fight scene was lit as fuck. And I was like, all right, I'm gonna have to binge this. I was already binging it, but I was like, all right, this is for sure. I'm gonna have to watch this, cause that nigga Son. Everybody's cold, but that nigga Son, that nigga cold. I was not expecting him to be that cold. But yeah, back to the video. Is RWBY worth watching? Yes, I think it's worth watching. It was pretty funny. It was more funny than I thought it would be, and it was pretty good. And the way the characters grow with each other is cool to watch. And that, like, because it's not just a story about them. Obviously it's a story about them, like, learning what they're doing and everything like that, but it's like the friendships, hardships, and stuff like that, all that emotional stuff, and them learning about each other, because at the start you don't really know anything about the characters, and then you kind of just learn more about them. But yeah, Volume 1 is pretty nice. And then if you get in, once you get into, as you go in depth with the episodes, the episodes actually get longer, and that's cool, I guess, because when they started out they didn't really have enough to put into it, and they weren't too sure about it. So then, but as they like kept going, they were like, all right, let's keep putting more into it. But yeah, that's my first thoughts on Volume 1 of RWBY. So yeah, hopefully you guys enjoyed this. And is RWBY worth watching again? Yes, I feel like it's worth watching, so give it a try. Let me know if you watched it in the comments down below, and give me your thoughts on it and who's your favorite character. But yeah, that was just my review of Volume 1 of RWBY. Hopefully you guys enjoyed this. It was your boy Windeviate. I usually do anime stuff and gaming stuff, but yeah, and this gets the anime pass, because you could just say this is a cartoon. It's not really made in Japan. It's made in the US by Rooster Teeth, but I'll give it the anime pass. It's pretty good, so check it out. Peace. It was your boy Windeviate. Have a good one. So I watched RWBY. It was, you know what, at first I was like, I don't know about this. It's pretty good.
Oh no, bro, I can't get past the
animation.
Yeah, I can't. That shit look really bad to me, bro.
Yeah, bro, I'm telling you, just go in there like without any expectations, because that's usually what I do, and it really is like, it's pretty cold. It's pretty cold for what it is. You know, it was made in America. You know, I wouldn't really consider it like some people say it's a cartoon, but you can consider it an anime. It's pretty good.